Okay, shalom, brethren. Thank you for joining me. My name is Shaikwab Ben Yisrael, and I'm going to pick right up where I left off because I think that it's beyond coincidence. I think that some things are just beyond coincidence. All day, my computer's running fine, and then all of a sudden, these problems they start to happen, and it's at a point now where I'm not even vexed anymore. I just start from the beginning and just keep on going. That's all I can do. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm not surprised that it would happen at this time. Because look at the title of the video. Look at the message I'm going to bring. I acknowledged already the angels of the daytime and the angels of the evening. I'm not going to do it again. I'm going to go right to the video. I think that spiritually, I'm probably making some people pretty upset. So let's go ahead and I want to turn in. Matter of fact, I was trying to go to my room on Facebook to introduce anybody who might be interested in having fellowship with other OAHSPE brethren. You can send me a link and join me in my room right here. Just send me a link, friend request. Let me bring you in. What I try to do is just I try to share from the OAHSPE Bible things that I'm learning. I've just found out about it last month, and I'm just too excited. I'm trying to run and share this information because, to be honest, in my spirit, I feel that there's a some type of urgency that's going to um, manifest itself. It seems to be there's something. It seems to be something in the air that makes me feel like there's a urgency to help spread this light at this particular time, and that's exactly what I plan to do. Um, Now, here's my room on Facebook. You can send me a friend request. What I try to do is share things, what I'm learning from the OASPE, anything that I can get my hands on to encourage you, to help you. When you read the OASPE, the thing that it really is heavy on is serving one another. See, there's a new day. This is a new time that we're living in. There's a new light. And it's no coincidence that Pluto has went to Aquarius. I know that that might sound crazy to anybody who hasn't been looking at my channel, doesn't know who I am, the things I like to talk about. Basically, it represents a new time, a new era. I was playing a video, and it's too bad that my computer crashed. Well, about um, an older white man who was doing a commentary on the OASPE, and I wanted to really share that because it just shows that the OASPE is for everybody who can hear it, all ethnicities, nationalities. Basically, you know what's happening. From what I can see, the prison door is being opened, and brethren are allowed to go free now. You're allowed to go free now. There are still consequences. There are still consequences for your actions, but we're coming under a new type of freedom now. And so when you are free, the first thing you want to do is run and free your brethren. When you are free now, you want to run and free your brethren, especially when you realize they're under bondage. They're under bondage. Now, what I want to do real quick is acknowledge I like to share the metaphysical meaning of the word. The metaphysical meaning of the word, because even though the Bible is corrupted, the Creator, He can still use it to reach you, to bless you, and to learn about the vibrations that are in this reality that affect you and you know nothing about it. Metaphysically is one of the ways that He does it. So, let me get rid of some of these links here because it might overload my computer. It's already showing me that it wants to give me problems. So before I go to the metaphysical meaning of the word, let me go ahead and get rid of some of these links. Try to get rid of them. Okay. Now, the metaphysical meaning of this word is in the Bible, Mordecai, metaphysical meaning. Mordecai was a cousin of Esther. He was a cousin of Esther. The definition means a little man, mankind of Merodach, dedicated to morals, crushed by rebellion, contrition. Mordecai. That's the definition of his name. Metaphysically, it means victorious for truth. A spiritual power working within each soul for its full redemption. A repentance, turning away from error, and resolute turning to truth. Now, that's what's going on with faithless brethren. We're called faithless brethren in the OAHSPE Bible. Victorious for truth, a spiritual power working within each soul for its full redemption. A full redemption. The OAHSPE Bible is really calling you to serve one another. That's the lesson that we haven't seemed to learn. And you can look and tell by looking at history. You should be able to look and tell that we have all these religions in the world. Look where it's gotten us. We're in the brink of World War III. And that situation over there in the Middle East, even today, it escalated. Even today. But I'm not really too concerned about that right now. It just means that it's an urgent need for brethren to understand what the Creator is doing and get with the program, man, which means to share this light. To share this light, run with it. Share with whoever will be able to receive it. Eventually, everybody's going to come under the understanding of the OAHSPE Bible, unless the Creator decides to give us even more information than what's already in the OAHSPE Bible. Everybody is going to come under the authority, and I don't want to use that word because everybody will come to faith in the OAHSPE Bible, because when you read and you see how the Creator is going to deal with your spirit, if you don't want to come into it, He's just going to leave you to yourself, leave you to your own devices. And then when you finally had enough of yourself and enough of the vexation and enough of the affliction and enough of the vicissitudes of life that seem to lead you nowhere, then you're going to be ready to receive this light. Then you're going to be ready for it. So that's how it goes. You're going to come to the end of yourself. It's like a parent with a child. They let the child cry, it starts crying, and the mother just ignores you until you stop crying. The Heavenly Father, He the same way. If you want to love the world, go ahead. You got free will. Go ahead. He ain't going to stop you. He's going to let you learn on your own. And when you come to the end of yourself, then you're going to come into the learning of the OAHSPE. Then you're going to elevate in your spirit. Then you're going to learn to love your brethren and to try to do what's best by Him, because when you do that, you serving the Creator. As often as you do this to any of these little ones, or have done it, you have done it unto me. When Jesus Christ said that, He was right. He was right. But anyway, let's complete the looking at the metaphysical meaning of words that are in the Bible. Metaphysical meaning, these are vibrations, vibrations that affect us one way or another. So here's pure or per. Per is a word in the it's a word. It means part, portion, lot, die, oracle. It's a word in the Bible. It's in the book of Esther. It refers to the casting of lots and consulting of astrologers by Haman the Agagite, the Jews' enemy, against the Jews to destroy them. It also is the name of a Jewish festival instituted by the Jews in remembrance of their deliverance from the destructive forces of the wicked Haman. All right, so the metaphysical meaning is it refers to superstitious belief. Now I don't know if I don't know if I like that definition. It's labeling this as superstitious. I think I think that word is okay to use. I think it is, but if they try to make astrology sound spooky, I disagree with that. That's certainly something that the creator has given to men if they can receive it. So I don't like the way a label is put on it here. Um, it seems to, I don't know, it's kind of vexing. I don't think this should be described this way. Superstitious. It says psychic influences as having power for evil in one's life. Such error, ideas, and fears belong to adverse consciousness. I don't know. This might not be something good. I don't know about this definition. Purim symbolizes the great joy, new hold on spiritual life, substance that overcomer realizes by means of his deliverance from superstition. There is that word again. Fears that Per represents. Now, I can agree with it's an unfoldment. If, Purim, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to deal with this because this is something that I got to look at. I'm not liking how he's describing it. I'm sure there's something to it, but it looks like he engaged in a little bit of conjecture here, and I don't like that. I don't like that. But anyway, it's on the screen. You brethren can check it out. I'm not going to deal with that for right now. So anyway, the name of the video is Beast Kingdom Worshippers. Beast Kingdom Worshippers. And the reason that I'm doing this video is because if you've seen some of my videos, I'm really pressed, really, really, really pressed to share the things I'm learning about the whole world, the vast majority of the world is worshiping the beast and they have no clue. They have no idea. And so I'm dedicating myself at this particular time to expose people who are under the beast kingdom worshiping the beast. Now, for those of you who want a fast, quick answer so that you can go do something else, you don't want to hang out, basically what I'm going to talk about, I'm going to share what the OAHSPE Bible has to share about the beast and the people who are deceived by it. Now, the beast, to make a long story short, are the religions. The religions. Christianity, Mohammedanism, Kemet, Hindu, Buddha, Catholicism. Now, the OAHSPE, it mentions 4 heads of the beast. And the majority of the world subscribes to one or the other. The OAHSPE, matter of fact, let me go ahead and try to, I think I might have clicked off of what I wanted to read. Nope, here it is right here. So this is what I'm going to be reading from the OAHSPE. But to give whoever needs the summary, the caption, the summarization, because you don't want to hang out, it's the major religions. That's if you are under the major religions, one or the other, or any man made religion, you're under the beast kingdom. Okay? So that's what I'm going to talk about basically. I'm going to read it here from the OAHSPE Bible. So I pray the Creator, He'll bless the reading of this word because it's really important. Most people in the world are in the mouth of the dragon. You're in the mouth of the dragon. That's why this word is so important. You're in the mouth of the dragon and you do not even know it. You do not even know it. You are in the mouth of the dragon. Matter of fact, let me see. Let me digress for a minute. Let me see if the Bible talks about the mouth of the dragon. The mouth of the dragon, King James Version. And the earth, okay, here in Revelation 12, let's see what it has to say about the dragon. It says, and the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood, which the dragon cast out of his mouth. So let's look at it real quick, see if we can get some greater understanding. The dragon is cast to the earth, persecuted the woman which brought forth the man child, and to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly in the wilderness. See, what I'm learning with the Bible, the danger of the Bible is if you don't know how to read it, it's going to lead you right to a false God. That's one of the reasons for this video. It's going to lead you right to a false God. Now, I posted something in my room I want to share real quick. See if I can find it. I shared something in my room that I learned this morning. And let me find it. It has to do with gaslighting. And that's what the Bible does a lot of. You got to be careful. You got to really be careful when you read the Bible. Because you can get gaslit into a false God. Now, what I mean by that, now here it is right here, okay? It came to me this morning to share this. Now, in the King James Version, there's a verse where it says, and if I be lifted up from the earth, I will draw all men unto me. Now, that's not something you're going to really examine. Now, an OAHSPE brethren, if he sits down and looks at that, he will be able to discern the danger in a verse like this. An OAHSPE brother. See, we are being, man, what's a good word for being, we are growing. We are, the Creator is exposing us. He is, I don't know what a good word is for, he is helping us to come into the light. The light of this word is getting bigger. It's eventually going to cover the earth. We know that. OAHSPE brethren, we know that. We know that everybody is going to come up under this. Number one, because it's just too good. It is too good. But man is afraid of things he don't know of. And we know it's just going to take time with you. But the truth must win. It's got to win. All lies cannot stand up against the truth forever. Anyway, back to this. Now, this verse right here, Messiah or Jesus Christ are talking about drawing all men unto me. But what he should be doing is, it should say that if he be lifted up, he will draw all men to the Creator God. Now you say, oh, that ain't nothing, man. That's innocent. He ain't trying to trick anybody. But then the problem is that when you read the OAHSPE, you find out that deity worship is for real. See, what this verse does, it leaves you to assume that you know what this verse is saying. It leads you to, you start assuming, okay, he talking about the Heavenly Father. Well, nobody will think to ask, who is this Heavenly Father? You think you know it already. You're convinced. You'll say God the Father. You'll say God of the Bible. You'll say Jesus Christ. That's why because you don't know the OAHSPE, you don't know the story behind Jesus Christ. You're going to reject it. The Bible been here too long. It stood the test of time. You just can't imagine anything negative that anybody would have to say about how Jesus Christ was used. Now, I think he spoke a lot of wisdom, but I think that at the very least, his words were corrupted. I think he spoke a lot of truth, a lot of wisdom, but I think that the gods of this world, like, give you an example, the treatment of animals. A brother was sharing how Jesus Christ said how they were to be respected, how they were to be treated. I was listening to a video today, and I love the point that that brother made. He talked about how Jesus Christ set the doves free. He set them free in the Money Changers Temple. It tells you something. See, the problem is that when you're under deception, when you're deceived, and you've been deceived for such a long time, that makes your bonds even tighter to try to come out of it. It makes your bonds tighter. I'm telling you, that's what Pluto and Aquarius means. It's going to be hard for people to keep up with the Creator God. It's going to be hard. You're not going to want to change. If you don't know what I mean by Pluto going into Aquarius, it represents a change. Pluto goes into Aquarius every 250 years. And when it goes into Aquarius, it represents a monumental transformative change for mankind. We're at the time right now, and I think that's why the OAHSPE is going to blow up. It's going to blow up as soon as people can get past their inhibitions of anything that would expose the Bible. I mean, we've been set up to hold on to tradition, to manipulation by the beast kingdom, the beast worshipers of the major religions. You, brethren, you don't know the effect that they have had and they continue to have. Eventually the beast kingdom is going to be put down. It's going to be put down. The Creator is going to put the beast kingdom down. Anyway, you can read this if you want, because I want to get into the reading of this word, because it's going to be a real blow to some of you, probably. I don't know if anybody listens to this video. So let's go ahead with the reading of this word, get into it. Now, this comes from the OAHSPE Bible. It's chapter, what is that? I don't know, Roman numerals. What is that? 25 or 15 or I don't know. I think it's chapter 15. I don't know. And the name of the book. Now, you're going to have to just follow me on the screen. Some of you just have to follow. A sister said that you should show the chapter and verse. And if I do that, I'll probably end up losing the screen trying to get back to it. So that she said she wanted to follow along. So you got to be looking at the screen. I'll make the lettering bigger for you. So now let's go ahead and get into it. Follow the screen if you want to follow along, okay? Chapter 15, God, Jehovah's Son. And let me say this before I forget, before I go on also. The big problem with the religions. They cannot distinguish. This is the big problem. They cannot distinguish. They cannot tell you. They will not tell you the difference between the Creator and the difference between God, kings, lords, angels, etc., etc. There are some that are righteous, some that are wicked. The best deception is the one that's closest to the truth. That's why the majority, that's why it says in Revelation, Satan overcomes the whole world. He deceives the whole world. OAHSPE brethren are coming out. They trying to run and share with you. See, here's this word here, luamon. That's the inspiration for the Jesus Christ story. Not to say that Jesus Christ wasn't, I'm just saying that you got to read the story of this entity right here, luamon. Pick up the OAHSPE and read that word I just highlighted right there, because many of you brethren, you don't know the story behind this name right here and how he affects the religions of the world. See, that's where the bondage comes in. I asked one brother, I said, have you ever heard of Luamon? And he said, who is that? I said, exactly. You don't know. You don't know. That's the best type of deception. Let's go ahead and do the reading, because I perceive brethren want me to shut up and just do the reading. Okay, let's go for it. May the Heavenly Father bless the reading of his word. When the right time came, Jehovah spake to God, saying, my son, behold, the cosmic era is near. That's where we are right now. That's where it's going to be a breakout. There's going to be a breakout from the old to the new. It's going to be a breakout from religion to total, thorough freedom and universal knowledge and the brotherhood of man, signified by Pluto going into Aquarius. The cosmic era. It's a new day for us, if you can receive it. The cosmic era is near, and the light of the ark of Suez entered the fields of paradise. Now, Suez is a definition for people who can see angels. They can see with their eyes closed, and they can hear with their ears shut. Can't really go into it right now. I'll get all, well, maybe I should, I don't want to get bogged down. Let's go to the glossary. Let's look at the definition for Suez. It's going to take me too long to be dealing with, trying to go back and forth. And I don't want to do that. As a matter of fact, let me do it this way. It takes a long time to be doing this. Let me just at least bring the glossary up so I can refer to it when I need it right away. Okay, now Suez is a definition of a word in the OAHSPE Bible. And it means clairvoyance. Okay, so you can see that right there. Make the screen bigger. Okay, Suez. It means clairvoyance. Person who can see with the eyes closed, or you can hear angel voices. Not imaginary, but which can be proved by experiment. Okay, so I'm not going to give all the definitions because I want to keep it moving. You're just going to have to do a little work yourself, do a little research. Get the definition of these words that you're not familiar with. When the right time came, Jehovah spake to God, saying, my son, behold, the cosmic era is near, and the light of the ark of Suez entereth the field of paradise. Stretch forth thy hand over the nations of the earth, and over the heavens thereof, and sweep clean thy kingdoms for my everlasting light. In other words, the preparation is being made. Sweep clean thy kingdoms for my everlasting light, meaning remove them. That's why you got the Creator. He raising up brethren right now. He raising up brethren to proclaim this light unto you in order to prepare the way for the full manifestation of the cosmic era. Verse 2, he says, the four false gods, the perpetuators of the beast, will call out in agony. That's talking about the religions of the world, the modern day religions. The four false gods. I think he's talking about Luamon, mentioned up here, Luamong. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he's speaking of Baal, Ashtaroth, and Uhaja. I don't know. Some of them I think have been defeated. But if anything, I want to give you some names of the false gods so that you can, if you want, you can look them up. Verse 2, the four false gods, the perpetuators of the beast, will call out in agony, but thou shalt not heed them, thou shalt heed them not in my judgments. Verse 3, then God sent forth his disciplined host, 12,000 millions, to cut off the supplies of the earth, even as a mortal general cutteth off the supplies of a wicked city to subdue it. So was the accumulated power of the All-Light upon the four kingdoms of the four false gods, upon religion. They that had proclaimed themselves the saviors of mortals and angels, and the angels of God spread round about the whole earth. In armies of millions and tens of millions, well disciplined, they gathered together in the mortal cities and in the country places, amongst all nations, tribes, and peoples. Verse 5, and these angel armies were officered and drilled to work in concert with lines of light, extending to the throne of God. And God spake in paradise by means of the lines of light, and his voice went into all the mighty armies of his host, the 12,000 million, saying, cut off the earth supplies of the four beasts of the earth. They and their countless legions of followers have become profitless in the resurrection of mortals and angels. So in short, now it's time for the religions to be cut off, because you're unable to lead people to the Creator. Your doctrines, they are so corrupted, they are so carnal, they are so darkened that you cannot lead people to the Creator. You can't tell them the difference between you can't tell your people, the religions can't tell their people the difference between a God, a king, a angel, a Lord. There are righteous lords and kings and angels and gods, and there are wicked lords and angels and kings and gods. That's basically what it boils down to. So here, the Creator is saying they taught religion, the four beasts, Christianity, Buddha, Hindu, Islam, Kemet, they and their countless legions of followers, Canaanitism, they and their countless legions of followers have become profitless in the resurrection of mortals and angels. Verse 8, it says, their names have become a stench upon the earth. It says, their mortal followers are grovelers in all manner of uncleanness. This is talking about the religions and the people who subscribe to them. It says, their spirits have become as vagabonds on the earth and in the heavens thereof. You're traveling, looking for truth. You can't find it. You're in a constant state of confusion and vexation, wondering where you stand with the Heavenly Father, what's going to happen to you when you leave your mortality. And you think the Creator wants you in that state of vexation and affliction, mental affliction. See, the problem, you better find you an OAHSPE brother. You better find one. I got links of the brethren that I know of, and if anyone listens to this video and there's another link that I should put up for an OAHSPE brother or sister, I wish you would let me know so I can include it in the description area. Just click on the link and find which brother whose flavor you like and listen to him. See, look at what the Creator is saying about the condition we're in right now. It says, verse 9, my hosts have tried to persuade them, but they will not hear. You won't hear this word. You know, I went on some dude's video today who came against me, and I'm trying to run him down. He thought that he could come in and make a comment on one of my videos, and he thought he could just drop that poison and run, but I chased him down. I said, hey, man, you know, why don't you go ahead and debate this thing? You want to debate this thing? And I haven't heard from him. And so even that gave me an idea. I'm going to go ahead and chase brethren down. I'm saying this so that maybe you, brethren, can get a idea to help chase brethren down who are in the belly of the beast, and go ahead and get these brethren to, you know, I'm personally not a fan of debating because brethren, they go in with the mindset of me against you. They go in with the mindset of you're opposed to one another. And the OAHSPE, the mission that it's giving, the faithists, which is who we are, we're trying to bless your soul. We're not trying to argue with you. We're trying to tell you, if you don't want to come into the light of this overstanding, then you are going to be, the Creator is going to honor your free will, meaning whatever God or Lord that you choose to subscribe to, you're going to be handed over to them when your mortality is done. And when we read the OAHSPE Bible, these gods hate you. They hate you. They draw you with honey, and you go to it, and then you find out when it's too late what the OAHSPE was trying to tell you, was trying to warn you about, but you didn't want to listen because it was new. You didn't like the messenger. He said something wrong, and you couldn't receive it. No, you talking against the Bible, and you just, your ears, hey man, you get my drift. We just trying our best, man, because we simply want you to come under the blessing we're under. I mean, we're under a serious blessing. OAHSPE brethren, we know we're just the forerunners, really, pretty much. Brethren that are coming into this thing, we know the opposition that we got to face, but we know what the end result is going to be. It's going to be the truth is going to win. We're in the cosmic era now. The universal knowledge is going to go out. And you're going to read this. Let me just keep going, It's going to say it right here in what I'm reading. How the truth is going to win out, man. Verse 9, my host tried to persuade them, the faithists. Faithists are trying to persuade you, but they will not hear. But the Christians, the Mohammedans, the Buddhists, the Hindus, the Muslims, Kemet, they're not going to hear us. The light of the upper kingdoms, they will not receive. You won't receive it. Verse 10, but I will make them look up like beasts that are untamed. They shall cry out for sustenance, but they shall not find it in the places of their old haunts. Talking about your religion. Talking about your false god that you're under. Everybody's under a false god who is not under the Creator. If you're not under the Creator, you're under a false god. There ain't no middle ground. Verse 11, then the host of God marched in betwixt the Druids. Druids are they unenlightened. They don't care about spiritual things, or they just live for the earth, and they had no spirituality of nothing. The worshippers of the four false gods and their mortal harvest. Let me read that again. Verse 11. Then the host of God marched in betwixt the Druids, talking about you faithists. And then the faithists marched in betwixt the Druids, the worshippers of the four false gods and their mortal harvest. That's us. We trying to separate you from your false gods. We trying to bring this to you. We know that we know that this word is going to subdue the beast kingdom. We already know that. But we want to rejoice with you. We want you to come in, and let's, we trying to bless you. We're not trying to come against you. We trying to share this word so that you can, you know what I mean. Verse 12. And the Druids turned to their respective gods. See, pay attention. And the Druids, the unenlightened, the unspiritual, the Christians, the Mohammedans, the Islam, the Buddhists, they turned to their respective gods. The false Brahmin, that's East Indians, the false Buddha, Asians, and Gabriel of Kala, that's the Muslims, the false Christ, that's the Christians, and they cry out, behold, our supplies are cut off. Is not the earth thy kingdom and the place of thy footstool? See, they talking to their false God. See, so now we know that when you read the Bible and it says, behold, heaven is my throne and earth is my footstool. Behold, heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstool. See, people ain't going to like that. That's where you're going to have to make a decision. It's basically the time where the Heavenly Father, the Creator, He's done His part, basically. And now it's time for you. It's basically like He's saying now, it's time for you to grow up. You people who say you're spiritual, you've seen enough of life to know that the Creator God, number one, that He's real. Number two, you know that there's evil in the world, but there's an imbalance in the world. He's saying, you really have seen enough to know. See, look, thus saith the Lord, the heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that ye build unto me? Where's the place of my rest? Now see, it says, thus saith the Lord. Well, who is this Lord that's talking here? See, that's the question nobody will ask. Who is this Lord? You assume that it's talking about the Creator. That's what you assume. But see, false gods, they call themselves lords too. They call themselves angels too. They incarnate into an angel, or they are a false god who has fallen that can come to mortals. Lords that can come to mortals. That's where, see, gaslighting, the Bible, if you don't know how to read it, you're going to get hurt. You are guaranteed, or the Quran, or the Bhagavad Gita, or the Book of the Dead, or the Catholic Catechism. I'm telling you, the world, you are able to be deceived. See, that's the best thing. I was looking at a video. Man, of how it is in Hollywood. They showed a video of a girl. She had talent, and the offer was made to her: sell your soul. You'll have more than you could ever wish for tomorrow. You'll have more than you can ever wish for. She knew that it was the offer to sell her soul and that she was talking to a spirit, right? She said, no, I'm Jesus' child. And she said the spirit smirked at her and called her a name and then left. And I said to myself, I said, like, man, she's even deeper into bondage. She's even deeper into bondage. That because she's going to go deeper into Christianity. She's going to cling to it now. She don't want to hear nothing about no OAHSPE or the faithists or the false gods. She don't want to hear it. You can't touch her. She's going to have to, if she don't change in this mortality, she's going to have to cross over, and she's going to have to realize she's been deceived, that it was a false god who took on the name Jesus Christ, and she's going to learn too late that now you're deceived. And the OAHSPE, it says that it could take you years and years to come out of that deception. It could take 100 years. It could take two. Can you imagine that? When the false gods get a hold of you, they do it to make you their slave. You're going to be easily duped. The OAHSPE says when you cross over, and the OAHSPE, it even paints a picture of you of how it goes down. Basically, here come, even when you read like a commentary on Pistis Sophia and the Nag Hammadi, it tells you that when we cross over, you remember in Jude where it talks about the devil disputed with the body of Moses. You know what that's saying? That's something that's going to happen to you. And the condition that you are when you cross over, that's the condition you're going to resurrect in. And if you're under a creator, if you're under the creator, then it's all good. But if you're under a false god, then things are, I don't want to be negative, man, but that's when problems are going to begin. I don't want to be negative. I really, wouldn't be doing these videos if it wasn't something to warn brethren about. Deception, and there ain't no middle ground. Back to the word. Is not the earth thy kingdom and the place of thy footstool? Sayest thou not, matter of fact, let me go back real quick. Verse 12, and the Druas turned to their respective gods, the Druas, the unbelievers, the unenlightened, the deceived, they turned to their gods, the false Brahma, the false Buddha, and Gabriel of Kala, the Muslims, the false Christ, crying out, behold, our supplies are cut off. Is not the earth thy kingdom and the place of thy footstool? Sayest thou not that thou wert the Almighty? See, they believed in their gods were the Almighty, the Creator. See, they were gaslit, gaslighting. They assumed, they thought, well, you're moral. You're talking to me about morality and what's right and love thy neighbor as thyself. And how could you be wrong? How can you deceive me? A false god will say anything. They will lie. A false god, a lord, an angel. If they're wicked, the bottom line is that spirit you got. That's the bottom line. Remember the proverb? The first one in his cause always seemeth right, but then another come along and searches him. See, the Bible was first, the OAHSPE is second, is searching out the Bible, and we are finding corruption, serious corruption, and then it leads you back to the beast and his agenda. It says, sayest thou not that thou wert the Almighty, you false gods? How then hath another God come between? Who is this? What is this faithless, man? Who is this creator? Who is Jehovah? We thought we knew him. We thought he was you. What happened? If thou art indeed our Savior, now save us. But if thou hast been all this while deceiving, then shall hell be thy portion. Verse 13, the false gods heard the cry of anger and suspicion in their mighty kingdoms, heard the wailings of the 60,000 millions, and they feared and trembled. See, the people are catching on now. The OAHSPE is getting out. It's exposing the Bible, see? Exposing it. Verse 14, most of all in fear was the false Christ, for the sake of aggrandizing his own kingdom. He had it proclaimed on the earth that whosoever believeth in me shall be saved, but whosoever believeth not in me shall be in danger of hellfire. See, now he's going to tighten your bonds. He's going to tighten it now. Put you in fear. Don't think about leaving me. You ain't leaving me. You do. You look what I'm going to do to you. See, got to threaten you now. Verse 15, and countless millions of mortals had taken no thought as to the self resurrection, but taken him at his word. And so it lived and died and became, oh, here it is right here, slaves for hundreds of years. Now, do you see what OAHSPE brethren are trying to do? Do you see now why we trying to run and tell you? Look at this video here. Ain't nobody listening. I'm not talking about if anybody is listening. I mean, I'm not. I don't want to. I'm not insulting you who do listen. I'm saying that this word, it should be 1 billion people in this room. How many people in the world? 7 billion. It should at least be 7 billion people in this room right now, or any of my brethren. Click on their link in the description area. I'm trying to load all the links of the brethren, the OAHSPE brethren. Every time they speak, every time, and sisters, every time they open their mouth, there should be 7 billion people looking at their videos. That's how unappreciated what the Creator is doing right now. That's how unappreciated. You get somebody doing a video on how to split a watermelon, 300,000 views. You get a video on how to butter a biscuit, 800,000 views. You see what I mean? That's where we are right now. That's the spiritual condition of the world. See, look at that, verse 15. And countless millions, see, they're fresh from being threatened. See right here? Their false God, he's saying, the OAHSPE is getting out. People are finding out. I'm getting exposed. Now I'm going to threaten them. I'm going to threaten you. See? I'm going to use Messiah to threaten you now. But whosoever believeth not in me shall be in danger of hellfire. Now that is a truth. It's a truth that's spoken here. But the problem is that it leads you where it leads you. There are false gods behind religion. And their only mode of operation is fear. Fear. And if you choose whoever you subscribe to, that's where you're going to go. That's where you're going to go. If it's to religion, then you go to religion. You go to the Creator, then you go to the Creator. It says, verse 15, countless millions of mortals had taken no thought. You took no thought to the opportunity to elevate, to grade up, meaning to take advantage of this reality, to serve your brother, increase your grade, and when you increase your grade, then you increase your spiritual elevation. See, but that type of, there ain't no, people don't care about that. Only OAHSPE brethren care to increase, elevate their spirit by serving one another, doing good unto one another, knowing that we are graded. We are graded in this reality. We don't want to, in the spiritual, we don't want to have fellowship with the druges, the unenlightened, the spiritually darkened. We want to go to the place of fellowship, and sons and daughters, we're called brides and bridegrooms, and we want to fellowship with, that's the world, that's the kingdom we want to live in. We want to live in a kingdom where it ain't no gunfire, ain't no bomb, it ain't nothing but 25/7 love fest. Brethren blessing one another. The kingdom of God, man. The third resurrection or above. That's where we want to go, and we gonna go there. We called here to serve you. If any, we're here. We're charged with to serve you, give you this light. Pray that you make it, man. That you'll take it seriously. Learn what deception is. If you are under deception, don't think that like the OAHSPE say, you're gonna die, and then all of a sudden you're gonna become wise. Don't you know the OAHSPE said you're going to be easily, if you are under religion, if you're under the beast kingdom, if you're under the in the mouth of the dragon, don't you know that you you get my drift? You get my drift. You know what I'm saying? And countless millions of mortals had taken no thought to self resurrection. See, it's on you, what you do, how you treat your fellow, you have an opportunity to do what is right. But taking him at his word, you took your false God at his word. And so you lived and died and became slaves. Look, for hundreds of years, millions of these angels had heavenly banners made with the promises of the false Lord inscribed on thereon. And with these went in professions in heaven, crying out, bread or blood, bread or blood. We come not to bring peace in heaven. We come to bring a sword. We come to set angel against angel. Give unto us, O thou our God, or hell shall be thy portion. Verse 16, thus it came to pass as had been foretold by God, whereof he had said, anarchy shall encompass your heavenly kingdoms, and ye shall yet own that ye are false before Jehovah. See, the false gods, they're going to admit, Creator, Jehovah, he's going to make them admit what they did. He's going to make them admit. At some point, man, he's going to make them admit that you are false gods. And there's even an account in the OAHSPE where it tells you, it shows you of an angel that confessed the damage that he had done in drawing all men to himself, the false God. That was his purpose. Verse 17, and the four false gods, fearing the fires of hell, went about crying out, I am not, see, matter of fact, here, this is it right here. Here's the account. The confession of the four false gods. See, Christianity, Buddha, any deity born of woman that is worshiped is a false god. Is a false god. Better pay attention. Better pay attention. I feel an unction in my soul to call out a brother. I feel an unction right now to call out a brother by name. But I'm too afraid to do it. I'm too afraid to do it because the OAHSPE is strong. Matter of fact, I was looking at a video today, and the brother, he mentioned, and I love it. I love it. He said, Creator, he don't want you discovering your neighbor's faults. I love that, man. I love it. See, that's the way the Creator does business. When he talks about freedom, peace, love, and freedom, harmony, he means it to the max. Max. He said he don't want you to discover your neighbor's faults. He wants you only to speak what is good and encouraging to your brother. See? Now do you see why, OAHSPE brother, we want to run and tell you you can come out of the bondage. You can come out of the bondage of the four-headed beast, of religion. You can come out. We got freedom over here. And it gets only better. The beast is going to be taken down. They gonna come down. So we sitting here trying to say, hey, come over. Let's get together, man. Let's fellowship with one another. We got your best interest in heart. We're supposed to minister to one another. You don't have to worry about, trying to get you up under me. You under my command. That ain't the OAHSPE. We want you to jump and shout for joy because it feel better. And we're going to jump and shout with you. See, these words, it's amazing. They are so strange in the world. They are so strange in the world. Here go my room, man. Send me a friend invite. Send me a friend invite. Come in or click on the link to them other brethren and join with them. Get with whatever they got going. You know, I got links in the description area. Click on one of them. We got sisters and brothers. You know, you may like their flavor, the way they get down with the OAHSPE better than another brother. It don't matter. We all pretty much saying the same thing. Verse 17, and the four false gods, fearing the fires of hell, they went about crying, I am not the true Brahma. I am not the true Buddha. I am not the true God. I am not the true Christ. Beast worship, beast kingdom worship, for they had hoped thereby to save themselves, but alas for them, their thousands and millions fell upon their heavenly cities, places, and thrones, and robbed them. 19. And when their fury was started, behold, a vast multitude rushed for the false gods and fell upon them and beat them and suffocated them with foul smells, covered them up with suffocating gases, walled them in with sulfurous fires. That's a judgment on the false gods. Verse 20, and they brought the officers and priests and monks with high officers and cast them into hells also. Millions and millions of high-ranking angels of the false gods. Thus were these four false gods hemmed in even within their own dissolute kingdoms, and every day and every hour grew more terrible. It was infuriated madness of the 60,000 millions of deceived, see there? Deceived angels, broken loose from slavery, turned upon them. 22. Then Jehovah's God from paradise went forward. Now here's a righteous God. Jehovah's God, one of Jehovah's servants, titled God. Then Jehovah's God from paradise went forth in a ship of fire, brilliant past the endurance of Druhas. Went forth with 10 millions high in grades. High in grades. These are brethren who are graded high. They serve their brother. They do right by their brother from the heart, man. You know, sincerely. And they're graded high. It says 10 millions against 60,000 millions. God brought these from the realms of Eroku, Harivia, well disciplined for the purpose. Verse 23. And on the ship and on the banners thereof were inscribed these words: there is but one great spirit, Jehovah. To assimilate with him is the salvation of mortals and angels. Verse 24, he cried out, come unto me. My kingdoms are ample unto all the living. Be ye strong in resurrection, for I'm come to deliver. Verse 25, and God gathered in from the highest grades of the disrupted heavenly kingdoms 13,000 million homeless angels who have been worshipers of the four false gods. You see the goodness of the Creator. The goodness of the Creator. Even the deceived. Even, it says, and God gathered in from the highest grades of the disrupted heavenly kingdom. So you know what this means when I think about it? It's like there are people who are deceived who do a lot of good work, man. Even though they're deceived, they do a lot. These are people, you know, the Red Cross, the hospitals, the hospice homes, those people, who minister to the less fortunate. Now, they may be under the beast kingdom, but they're graded high because they serve and they show love. And it's a love. They don't just talk on video like I'm doing. They get out there and they put the sweat equity into dealing with other people. They don't just run their mouth, man. These are the people who you find yourself in trouble and they come from out of nowhere and help you. And they do it out of the goodness of their heart. And they may be deceived. These are the people that's being talked about right here. Matter of fact, Creator, he says in another place, people who don't even know his name and they go about doing good works. He says those are his people. They are his people. Verse 25, and God gathered them in from the highest grades. See the highest grades? The highest grade. You get a high grade when you serve your brother, man. You do right by your brother. You know, you try to smooth the road out for him. You try to help him. You try to empathize with the brother. You know, when you put in some sweat equity with the brother, you know, maybe they in a rough patch in life. You sit down and you don't even say nothing, but you just listen to them talk, you know. When you be a friend to somebody, you acknowledge somebody, you know. You put down your, you know, desire to, you know, to acknowledge only yourself, you know, always talking, thinking only about yourself. See, high grades, man. There are people in this reality, they got high grades and they don't even know the name of the Creator. They just go about doing good. And they may be under the beast worshiper. The highest grades of the disrupted heavenly kingdoms, the number gathered 13,000 million homeless angels who have been worshipers of the four false gods. And God has sent them to Luana on the plateau, Hephaestus, where he offered them in colonies with places for education and labor. Verse 26, God said unto them, ye hope to ascend to Jehovah's highest kingdoms by prayers and confessions to false gods. Behold, I say to you, there is no resurrection, but by developing the talents Jehovah created unto all men. Go ye to work, therefore, in places of education, that you may become fit companions to Jehovah's exalted angels. You see that? You probably want to read this. I'll scroll it. Maybe I'll get to it another time so you can just read it yourself. I'm going to close the video so you can read this. See, it's all good, man. If you want to know what OAHSPE Faith is Brethren are all about, we want you to go with us to the Creator's kingdom. Bless my soul. Look at all my brethren. Look at all my brethren. Or is it man, oh man, oh man. Bless you, brethren. So it's mainly a couple of you, but that's good. That's good enough for me, man. My newfound brethren and sisters coming out into the light, man. Creator is putting us out there now. Samisha, shalom. Peace be to you too, sister. Prince Judah, you the one. I learned a lot. I don't know if you're still in the chat. If you're in the chat, Prince Judah, type of one. Probably not, but I'm gonna talk to you anyway. I really like your videos, man. Oh man, Sela, is Sela in here? I really like your videos, Prince Judah. I don't know if you're listening to me. I like your style, man. You know, we seem to think the same way. I think I got his link, and if anybody's listening, I think I got his link in my description area. You got a real nice presentation, man. You know, you got a real nice presentation. I hope you keep it up, man. You know, you just real simple. I mean, you just give the simple word. very plain, very easy to understand. Really, all you brethren are like that, really. I mean, the Heavenly Father, the Creator, man, He done made it so that this word, it is so easy. And that's where the blessing is. You know, we're not trying to, um, we're not trying to scare brethren with education. We're in a time, man, where time is up. Time is simply up. Time is up. The beast kingdom, it's time for the beast kingdom. It's run its time. It's run its time. And brethren still won't come out. I'm reading the chats here. Hand and feet to the pavement. A lot of vortexes, man. I love that. Shamisha. Hey, Shamisha, if you got a link, if you're doing videos, put it in the, send it to me so I can add it to my description area. Um, all praise, glory, and honor to our beloved Creator. Creator undefeated. Okay. Man, it's good to see you, brethren, in here. Brother Selah. We on the way now. We on the move. Here come the faithists. We here. It's like final call. That's the way I perceive it. It's like final call, man. You know, I wonder what that means in April, that eclipse. I wonder what that means, man. Does it mean our work is finished? Does it mean the ships come get us and take us to the third resurrection? What does it mean, man? I hope it means, personally, I just want to, to be honest, I want to go ahead and just get with my brethren. The OAHSPE, it said that when that ship came, the brides and bridegrooms, they ran towards it. It was like they was here. They dealt with the darkness. They dealt with the opposition. And then that ship came to bring them, and they bolted for that ship. Oh, man. I know I would. Dealing with the Druhas, the drudges. Man. Yeah, the work. I mean, it's never done. You right about that. There he is. There's the king right there. He got a lot of us brothers started, man. Hey, y'all support that brother. He gotta be glad. Selah. His work is bearing fruit now. We coming in. Faithus is coming in now. And we only gonna get stronger. I will admit though, man, this word is so good. You really don't mind. You really don't mind doing it. You really, all you doing is just storing up and redeeming the time. That's all you really doing. I think that I talk about wanting to get on that ship because I'm afflicted. I'm in a power chair. I don't know how long I'm going to be in this thing. But even so, man, I mean, this word is so good. You love to share it so much. The problem is that trying to deal with brethren, it's like trying to deal with a junkyard dog. You want to go and pet it, but it's bent on biting you, man. You try to ease up to it. You put your hand up and flip the palm up, and no, they don't want none of that, brother. All they want is that left leg, And if you come a little closer, I'm gonna get it. See, the beast kingdom, man. We trying to help you. We just trying to show you, man, that it's a new day. It's a new day, brother. It's a new day, man. You can come out of that bondage, man. Come out of that. You've been lied to. You've been deceived. You're beast kingdom worshipers. You're beast kingdom worshipers, man. Anyway, that will do it. I did the best I could. Brethren, the link in my description area, those are my brethren. Go check them out. They're way more powerful. These are the heavy hitters. Brother Selah, I'm trying to set you up with debates. I'm approaching brethren on YouTube to see if they want to set up a debate, if they want to cut. I hate that word debate, man. I don't know whether, you know, what can I say? Fellowship? Can we talk to one another? Because we trying to get you to come into the light, man. That's all. We're not trying to boss you around. We not, you know what I mean? But they don't see it that way. They always think you coming with your dukes up. I don't know, man. I'm gonna keep pushing, man. I'm with them, man. You brethren, man. I'm pulling for you, all you brethren. I'm pulling for you. I'm gonna support you the best way I can, brethren. Thanks for joining me. Until I see you again on video. Peace be unto you. Shalom.